Alex Webster looking on. Time running out. 6 minutes and 47 seconds remain. Cowboys run first down. Danny Reeves with the football. Again, great blocking out in front of Danny Reeves. And would you believe he fumbled the football? I don't believe it.
I don't either.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. And welcome to the Gridiron. I saw in a little article about Daniel Jones being the PFF, ranking him as the 20th best quarterback. And I guess you gotta, I mean, you know, you look at the list and it's, yeah, I mean, that's pretty fair. I mean, that's pretty reasonable. I mean, you consider, you know, his body of work so far. You know, 20 is right on. I mean, it's funny. As of right now, PFF has him right now graded one above Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is 21. Ryan Fitzmagic of the Washington football team is number 19. So the Washington football team made a little bit of an upgrade, but not too much. So, but anyway, the Zach Wilson of the Jets is number 30. Jalen Hurts of the Eagles, they got him at number 31. And then Drew Lock of the Broncos, somehow, I still don't know how on earth Vegas has them as a 1-point favorite coming into New York or New Jersey to play the Giants with their quarterback situation. I have no idea how they're a 1-point favorite over us. Don't agree with that one at all. But Drew Lock is number 32. And you know what? I don't know if there's a way they could do it. I mean, I'm hoping it don't happen. But, you know, the Eagles, I mean, you know, with Jalen Hurts being as bad as he is, you know, the Eagles could have 3 number 1 picks next year. They got theirs. They got the one from Miami. And if Carson Wentz plays 75% of the snaps for the Colts this year, or if he plays 70% of the snaps and they make the playoffs, they'll get a number 1 pick from the Colts next year. So the Eagles could have 3 number 1 picks next year. Now, my point is, Aaron Rodgers, huh? What do you think? I mean, I'm hoping not. But I think they're in such cap hell. I think that might have a hard time trying to sign him. They'd have to move a lot of money around and all and everything. That might be a little bit difficult. But if they wanted to throw 3 number 1, and they might have 2 twos. No, the one of the twos is for the Carson Wentz. So, I mean, they got 3 number 1s next year. I mean, if they threw that 3 1s at the Packers for Aaron Rodgers, the Eagles could swing it with the money. Whew. Wow. Wouldn't that just change things up big time in the NFC East, huh? Oh, anyway, going on to Daniel Jones here. The 20 is very fair. His nickname, Danny Dimes, is where he shines. He's good at the touch. You know, deep, you know, is phenomenal. Center, right, left, whatever. Very, very good. His PFF grade, for deep center, is 92.3 out of 100. Phenomenal. His deep right passing grade is 96.7. And his deep left grade is a 73.9. But he did have 2 drop balls in there. So if those balls weren't dropped, that would be even higher. Daniel Jones, for the deep ball, which is 20 yards or longer, is the 3rd rated quarterback in all football. Only Aaron Rodgers, who's like a 99.6 or something like that, ungodly. Him and Derek Carr are the only 2 quarterbacks that's rated above Daniel Jones as far as throwing the deep ball. So Daniel Jones is, you know, he's got that going for him. If they can only throw more deep balls, they throw deep balls. I think they threw 43 passes last year of 20 yards or more. So if they could throw more, would be advantageous to him. They threw 440. Well, he threw 448 passes. 43 of them were deep. So about 10% of the passes he threw were 20 yards or more, and that's where he shined. Only other place he really shined was like an intermediate pass from 10 yards to 19 yards in the center. His problem is outside the numbers. Whether it's the intermediate pass or even the short passes, it's not there. His intermediate to the left last year from 10 to 19 yards, he had 2 interceptions. His PFF grade is a 54.4. His intermediate in the center from 10 yards to 19 yards, right in front of him, his PFF grade was a 92. His intermediate from 10 yards to 19 yards to his right, okay, his PFF grade was a 47.1, and he had 2 interceptions over there. Just not good, not good. His short game, which is anything from 0 to 9 yards, not very far. His short game to the right, his PFF grade is a 58.5, and he threw 1 interception over there. His PFF grade short to the left, from 0 yards to 9 yards, is 75.6. Okay, not horrible, but certainly could be a lot better. His PFF grade in the short, right in the center, is a 71.8. However, that's where he had 13 drops, 13 drop passes right there. If those passes weren't dropped, that 71.8 would be a heck of a lot higher. He also had 5 interceptions right in the center there, and I'm sure most of those were targeted to probably Evan Ingram. So, but he seems to shine like in the middle and deep. He has a hard time outside the numbers. Whether it's timing, his accuracy, it's just not there. Now, whether he can get better at it as time goes by, we'll have to wait and see. I saw a statistic on a well-thrown slant pattern. Guy coming in, you want to hit him in stride, hit him, he catches it, and he keeps running. On a well-thrown slant pattern, after the catch, on average, teams get 5.3 yards after the catch on a well-thrown slant pattern. With Daniel Jones, after his slants are caught, they get 3.1 yards, meaning they're not very well, thrown. Guy doesn't catch him in stride, so he has problems. It's the timing, or it's anything outside the number. With maybe arm strength. But if it comes to just throwing a nice deep ball, he's your man. But so we'll have to wait and see. I remember Joe Judge said a lot, especially in his initial press conference, when he was announced as the head coach. He's like, us as coaches, we need to find out what can they do well. Don't tell me what they can't do. Tell me what they can do well, and us as coaches will use that to put them in the best position to be successful. So what can Daniel Jones do well? Well, things right in front and deep. So I don't know if that's going to, maybe take away from anything on the outside. We'll have to wait and see. But he's got to work on that. Now, another thing is, you look at it like Jason Garrett. Now, sometimes you can say, maybe it was him, it's kind of vanilla-looking kind of offense. But then you look also, it's kind of like, well, what did he have to work with last year? His number 1 running back was hurt all year. The offensive line was kind of shaky, sometimes to say the least. Their pass protection was not very good at all. You one of your biggest targets out there, Evan Ingram, kept dropping balls. Slayton, his foot had a problem with his foot. You didn't have a lot of weapons now. Now he's got them this year. All right, got the weapons this year. Let's see what he can do. I said you got to get some creativity in there. Now, one of the things also is with the Giants I was noticing was that anything like a screen pass, like anything behind the line of scrimmage, the Giants didn't score one touchdown all year on like a screen pass. On the other, end of the spectrum, the Kansas City Chiefs on passes behind the line of scrimmage, they scored 7 touchdowns. It's creativity. It's just not so much just like dropping back the pass and having Saquon wiggle his way out or somebody over there, and you got 2 or 3 guys in front trying to block, and you throw the screen back. Sometimes you got to disguise it up. You want to make the defense. What the hell is going on out here? I mean, if you look at the Chiefs every now and then, how many times they're on TV? Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. They're on TV almost all the time. Andy Reid, he's a mad scientist. He's just drawing these plays up. I don't know how many times I'll see Patrick Mahomes dropping back to pass, and he'll go like over here, like maybe faking to throw a screen over here, and then he'll swing back over here. He'll fake to throw a screen back over here, so the defense is going over here, the defense going back over there, and all along, then Jarvis Kelce standing right in front of him, and he'll just dump it off to him, and there'll be like a couple blockers in front of him, and he'll throw a screen pass right there, and he'll take off and gain some yards there. You got to get the defense second guessing what the hell is going on. You just throw these vanilla looking screen patterns. Come on, who you fooling? I mean, how many times I'm watching the Chiefs with Andy Reid drawing watching these plays? I'm like, man, that was a good one. Faking people out. Giants just don't do that. Let's see if they can do that this year, because they got the weapons this year. Now, another thing I was thinking is that if Daniel Jones does kind of a little bit better this year, but doesn't take that huge next step, I wonder, do the Giants keep Daniel Jones and see if they can squeeze a little bit more out of him and get Jason Garrett out of here and maybe get Freddie Kitchens up? Because that's where Freddie Kitchens, that's where he made his name at, was with the Cleveland Browns, being their offensive coach, calling the plays. Fortunately, when he became the coach, he wasn't coaching material, but as an offensive play caller, he was. Now, that'd be very, very interesting. If Daniel Jones doesn't take that huge leap like we think we hope he does. As I said, do we get see you, Jason, and bring Freddie in, or one of the other coaches that we have on the staff? Because we got like 23 or 24 coaches on us. We got a lot of them. So that'd be very, very interesting to see. Now, a lot of people's talking about he's got to take like a Josh Allen kind of leap. Like Josh Allen between his second and third year, made a huge leap. Man, he did. Daniel Jones, in his second year, all right, he had 11 fumbles. He threw 10 interceptions. His passing completion was 62.5. All right, he had 11 fumbles. Josh Allen, in his second year, had 14 fumbles. Okay, Josh Allen, in his second year, had 9 interceptions. Daniel Jones had 10. Daniel Jones also had 2 that went right through Evan Ingram's hands and got intercepted. Okay, Daniel Jones completed 62.5% of his passes. Josh Allen, in his second year, completed 58.8% of his passes. Okay, so Josh Allen also threw 20 touchdown passes, too. And Daniel Jones, as we know, only threw 11. Now can Daniel Jones take that next leap? Because Josh Allen threw 37 touchdown passes in his third year. Josh Allen threw 17 more touchdown passes from his second year to his third year. Can Daniel Jones do that? But also, let us not forget, all right, Josh Allen, in his third year, had 9 fumbles. Okay, so he still fumbled the ball a lot. He had 10 interceptions. Daniel Jones had 10 interceptions in his second year. So Josh Allen, still, fumbles the ball, throws the interceptions, okay? But, to give Josh Allen a lot of credit. I mean, he threw 20 touchdown passes his second year. His third year, he threw 37. Very impressive. In his second year, his completion percentage was 58.8. It went up from 58.8 to a 69.2. His passing completion percentage went up 10 points, over 10 points. Unbelievable. He had a heck of a jump from his second year to his third year. Now, I'm not expecting Daniel Jones to do that. I said if Daniel Jones can keep the interceptions around the same, 9, 10, somewhere, maybe cut the fumbles down, drop a few more down, get maybe around 8, maybe 1 every 2 games, that'd be a little more acceptable. And, if he can go from like 11 to 22 touchdown passes, okay. We can work. Maybe get the completion percentage up a little bit, maybe around 64, 65. We can work with that. But the big question is, will that be good enough? Will that be good enough to save Daniel Jones' job? Or will it be good enough to save Jason Garrett's job? Or as I mentioned before, will that be, it's like, well, that's better, but we think we can do better than that. So is it bye-bye Jason Garrett and hello somebody else? We'll have to wait and see. So it's going to be a huge, I can't wait for him to kick off, boy. Bring on the Broncos, baby. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!